Yes, indeed. Welcome back to the Kirby on Sports podcast. A new year on the soccer pitch. We have a very exciting interview coming up, but first, for our sponsors, PM Plus Reserves, Shenandoah Primitives, Dr. Dave Leadership Corporation. They are changing very soon, so look out for that. Mark Francis with Icon Real Estate, Barrett, Pest, and Termite Services, Mark Lynch with Guild Mortgage, Shenandoah Music, and the official energy drink of the Kirby on Sports podcast, Don't Sleep Energy. Use promo code KOS Podcast for 12% off your order every single time. It seems like the season just ended for Loudoun United FC. We get through the holidays, and now tryouts, as we are taping this interview, are about 5 days away. Yes, the player combine tryouts, and the home opener is March 16th. Here to break it all down for us, anything and everything, Loudoun United, their very own Doug Raftery. Doug, Happy New Year first and foremost. I'm sure it's busy out your way.
Happy New Year, Josh. It's good to see you again. It is busy. The combine is sort of the spark, if you will, that begins the season. And it'll go for a long 9-10 months. Hopefully 10 for us in 2024. So it's that time of the year. You're spot on.
So just looking, it seems like a short turnaround time, Doug. I mean, you're prepping for the off season, then the season's almost here. Just, sort of take us through your role, like getting set with these games coming out, highlighting 17 home matches, 12 Saturdays, 2 Friday evening games. I'm sure the preparation starts early for you in terms of what you're picking for what nights you're promoting what. And also, you hinted before we went on air, you might be bringing some stuff back and adding some new stuff. So just take us through what that's like for you.
Yeah, it's continuous, right? It's really a year-round process. I think even going into a match day, right, in 2023, when immediately after we have that match and that theme night or promotion giveaway, whatever it might be, we're pretty in tune to what the fan feedback was and have a pretty good feeling whether that's something we're gonna bring back or not. There's definitely nights where we feel like maybe we had some last minute dropouts, or we didn't activate as well as we wanted to as a staff on particular items that we feel like we want to give it another go. And then there's others that, in using another sport, you swing and miss sometimes, and you press the reset button and you start anew and you start afresh. So I'd say, throughout the year, we're continuously planning. In probably, we'll call it August of 2023 is really when it all starts to kick into high gear. We're on sale for new season tickets in August, and we're renewing those season members who are looking to come back with us. And then we're talking about promotions and benefits and all that stuff that comes with being a fan of Loudoun United. So it's day in and day out, but that's the fun part of it all. Even though it's only 17 home matches for the outside fan, it's a day in, day out, minute in, minute out process for us off the field, and then of course on the field as well.
So Loudoun United just updated their new schedule for this upcoming season. Single game tickets on sale now, and if you're a diehard soccer fan, season tickets might be your route. But just take us through the tickets. If somebody wants season tickets, how do they go about getting that, or just single game tickets as well?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's 17-game season, right, which you mentioned. It'll go from March until October. So our very first home match is on March 16th, and we wrap up in mid-October on the 19th. So I always say it's on average 2 home matches per month. Now, it doesn't always work out perfectly like that by any means, but on average, it's about 2 home matches per month. So even from a season ticket perspective, Josh, right, it's not like there's too much commitment for folks, especially businesses and all that. So season tickets start at $270 for the entire season, and kind of climb from there. But our games are weekends for the most part. We do have 12 Saturday games this year. We'll tend to start a little bit earlier from a kickoff time perspective early on in the season to try to hit that warmest part of the day and have some really good spring weather for fans to enjoy. And then in the summertime, we start kicking off at like 7:30-ish to avoid the high part of the heat. And then as the fall comes back around, we'll start a little bit earlier as it gets darker a little bit earlier. But a lot of theme nights, a lot of promotions. I think one of the biggest changes this year, I'm sure we'll touch on a little bit more, but is parking. So, a lot of fans were used to coming to the stadium, even season members, and being held up by parking. And there's only one line to get in and a lot of backups on the roads. No more of that. So we aren't charging on site for parking any longer. So that'll be a benefit for all fans. Any kind of ticket, if that's a single game ticket, season ticket, whatever it might be, that you come to a Loudoun United game, that's a new expectation that we just felt like that was the best way to go from an operational perspective, but also a cost perspective for the fan.
So looking at the schedule a little bit more, hosting North Carolina FC for the home opener, but additionally, a new team coming into the USL in Rhode Island, which Loudoun United matches up with them August 24th. A new team coming to the league. It must say about the growth of the USL with new teams coming in. That must sound exciting for you all as well.
It does. It gives you a little bit of a new challenge. It's a new stadium, obviously, that we get to go play in, and then a new club that we get to host and for our fan base to see. And hopefully, Rhode Island's not too far away. It's another semi-close club that, fans can go to and go see. So we've had a lot of fans travel to Charleston, Pittsburgh, even Hartford, Connecticut a bit. And I think Rhode Island will fall in there. So, Josh, we're excited about, the opener against North Carolina FC on March 16th, the home opener. That's actually a match that against a club that used to be in our league. They then dropped down a level and now they're back in. So you could almost say it's two new clubs within the USL this year, although North Carolina was in it at one time. Rhode Island's a brand new club, and hopefully we can show them the Loudoun way when they come to town in August.
So I would imagine this ties in well to the fan experience. Doug, please correct me if I'm wrong, but no more parking fees on site makes it easier. You buy a ticket, you don't have to worry about parking. And also a cheaper method, which I believe you were talking about before. The new kit provider for Loudoun United is Capelli. Will cost less for your average fan to rep Loudoun United merchandise.
Yeah, I think a couple things, right? On parking, Josh, I touched a bit on the road, especially on fireworks nights. We do have to worry about some we have to knock off some parking spots to be able to shoot fireworks, which are one of the most exciting things that we do at the facility. So there's a lot of backups, right, with that, and it'll be much easier for fans. We'll have our own parking attendants out directing folks for ingress and then also for egress to make sure with Loudoun County Sheriff's Office that's a much smoother process. But who wants to wait when they're coming into a stadium? I don't. So the goal is to alleviate that you'll be able to pull right in. So let alone getting charged $8 when you're coming to the stadium on site. We didn't love the feeling of that. We got a lot of fan feedback, and quite frankly, we listened to the fan. And we made the switch with Loudoun County and the Parks and Recreation Department. So that's huge. And then, the Capelli kits, two things. One is, yes, they will be cheaper. And we're talking, in the 20% cheaper range than what we've provided in the past, which is a pretty solid number. And then number two is we haven't offered youth jerseys, youth kits in the past. And that'll be a change in 2024. So we'll have youth kits, which I know we got a lot of requests for. We have a lot of families that come to the facility So hopefully, right, as a family of 4, if everyone wants to get a kit, again, without completely breaking the bank, you're able to get yourself as an adult a kit for 20% less, and then an affordable youth kit as well, so that you can support the club and in the community and at our home matches.
Sticking to merchandise for just a minute, Doug, obviously you have the new kits, but is there any talks or maybe adding new merchandise lines, so on and so forth, to sort of freshen up for the new season, sort of give fans more of a variety to choose from?
It'll be all new stuff. We actually won't be carrying anything from 23. So we'll carry a little bit of like Capelli stuff, like teamwear. Think teamwear. So there will be, think like team pants, team quarter zips, like team gear, which is something that fans ask for a ton. Polos, a lot of fans ask for. Youth t-shirts. We got a lot of requests for performance wear, which we didn't really carry any of in the past. So we'll have some performance t-shirts and stuff like that. So looking forward to that. And then we're also, yes, in addition to Capelli, having other brands come on. We aren't finalized with those, but we will have additional brands, whether that's providing, new hat designs or even designing some stuff, our own, and putting some stuff out there, new scarves. So everything's going to be brand new. We truly are pressing the reset button there, and it's going to be some cool, I don't want to say edgier stuff, but a bit different than what's been seen before.
Well, heck, I mean, if you're a diehard soccer fan who comes out to Loudoun United games, what's better than getting a ticket to the game, maybe a new Capelli kit, but if not, a whole bunch of new options in the team store this year. That sounds really exciting, Doug.
Yeah, I mean that, and I think there's going to be more experiences, right? There's things that are in the pipeline that we haven't quite released, and I suspect that we're going to have a new food setup this year. We realize food trucks are awesome. They're great. They are what represents, I think, our community to a certain level. And we'll continue with food trucks, but I think we needed to find some staple vendors to be able to get through lines a little bit quicker. Again, another piece of fan feedback, in addition to the parking, was long lines for food, and the food trucks can only pump out so much food in a certain amount of time. And you only have 15 minutes at halftime to get your food and get back to your seat. With 4,000 people, that can be difficult, no matter how many food trucks you have. So we're going to find some staple vendors and more quick service food, and have consistent vendors across the year that will provide that hopefully quicker factor, and then still supplement with food trucks for those who are looking for that type of experience. So even something like that, right, which we haven't gone out and said we're going to work with XYZ vendors, that's an expectation. I think something that fans will be really excited about.
So, Doug, you mentioned last year in our previous chats about the fan experience and how you try to tailor it to all ages, making Loudoun United FC a family event to come out to, tailoring more to the kids. Do you have any new plans or changes when it comes to that aspect?
Yes. We are, so from a theme nights perspective, I suspect that we'll bring back our popular ones, right, for the families themselves. The end of school bash was a pretty big one for us. This past year, we used it as our launch to kind of the summer. It was in June. It was the day after public schools ended. This year, we do have a game on June 14th. It's a Friday night. That day is actually the last day of LCPS locally. So that'll be our end of school bash, and more than likely a fireworks night. So pretty excited for that one. We do have the staple back, the 703 night, which is a big night in town, and has turned into truly, I think, the game that a lot of people look forward to. A mega fireworks show, and a really good one at that. So we're looking forward to having families out to July 3rd. But then, the kids zone in particular, we do have a new partner on board, Loudoun Credit Union, who's jumped on, and they'll help us build out the kids zone a little bit more, which I think is going to be exciting. We'll have some different elements and some different items over there. So looking forward to working with them. We're still finalizing some details there. We still have 60 days, but we are there will be new stuff. There's no doubt for the kiddos and for the families, and that is still the market that we want to have at matches.
It just sounds amazing, all the good that Loudoun United is doing to tailor to the fan experience. It goes to show. So getting tickets, obviously go on to LoudounUnitedFC.com. We talk about all the stuff off the pitch, but now transitioning on the pitch. The player combine is 5 days away as we are taping this interview, Doug. You have 12 returners in 4 new players announced. Just take me through what you've seen in your eyes and what the expectation of the club is this year going into a new season.
Yeah, I think we felt we were so close to turning the corner last year from the quality of players that we did have. With that being said, right, we made sure that we wanted to commit to a certain number of players, and that's where those 12 returners come from, to be able to build off of a little bit of a core that we thought bringing in another, call it 10 new players with those returners, it would be a lot easier to mesh, right? You're not bringing in 20, 25 new players year after year. It becomes very difficult, and some of the reasons of why we've struggled in the past, right? Just from the consistency purpose. So having guys return is huge. Zach Ryan, right, is really going to be one of the key names from a return perspective. Our leading goal scorer last year, and he's come back to us on a multi-year contract. Something that you'll notice within the player announcements this year compared to past years is we are putting out, how long the deal lengths are, so that fans know that we're not just a one and done club. There are going to be guys who are on 1-year deals, but we want to show longevity, commitment to player, commitment to staff, growth, and then for the fan to be able to relate, right, to a player, and for a kid, right, to be able to relate to a player they see come to their elementary school, and it's not just they see them that year and then they're gone. So there's definitely a method behind the madness there, but so we're really confident, about the returners in general, and then the 4 new players. All of them are exciting. We will have more. There's no doubt, but Robbie Dambrod is coming back. He was once with Loudoun United, brings a solid veteran presence. Drew Skundrich was with Colorado Springs last year, a former DC United product, and had played a little bit with Loudoun in the past, but again, a lot more minutes under his belt and will be really solid for us in the midfield. Tommy McCabe, another midfielder. He's got some size. We feel really good about our midfield, our central midfield at the moment. And then Cristiano Francois, a guy who I'm really familiar with. He was with Reno 1868 when I was with them some years ago. And Cristiano's a great dude, and really looking forward to having Cristiano as a part of the team. And very quick, creates chances, puts the ball in the back of the net, and it's going to offer a bit of a different look probably on the wing for us than what we've had in the past.
5 days away, Doug. You must be excited to see some on-pitch action from this Loudoun United team.
Yeah, the combine's going to be great. I mean, the combine's run, it's been really successful for us in the past. It is a paid combine. Folks do have to invest in coming out and registering. We do that because we don't want, sorry, Josh, but Josh Kirby to come out and try out for the combine, only because, we want it to be serious. We want it to be professional. We want there to be some skin in the game where we, if you really think that you can come and make the club, that's why we do that, right? So we do have a solid list of registrants leading into the open combine, and most recently Danny Chica, who was with us last year on a contract full season. He's actually a Leesburg native. He came out of that combine. We've had multiple. We've had about a handful of guys come out of our combines in the past, and way more than that stick with the club during preseason. So a lot of people ask about this combine, like, is it really a thing? Is it a money grab, right? And it's a thing. Like, there will probably end up being somewhere 5 to 10 players that will end up going into preseason with us to be able to show what they've got with our active signed player roster. And there's nothing more that you can ask for, right? As a player, to be able to get that chance, and then you either prove yourself or you don't. But you have the opportunity because of the combine.
March 16th, it just seems like such a far time away, but it's coming in a blink of an eye, Doug.
Yeah, the home opener is such a cool thing too, right? Like opening days in general. I think we did a really good job with our home opener last year. And even if we bring back theme nights this year, you know, the home opener is the thing. That is what like fans should be excited about. There's going to be a lot of elements around the home opener. It's to make it bigger and better, right? Like nothing is going to be the same. No matter what, there will always be additional elements in 2024. Even if we have something that's called the same thing, 703 night, it will not be exactly what you saw last year on July 3rd. So I expect the home opener to be the same way. And sometime soon here, Josh, we'll announce kickoff times once the league allows us to do that, and get those out there, and fans can get a sense of when they can come out to matches, and hopefully join us for the home opener, because it's that, and then we don't have a home match again for another month after that. So that March 16th date will really get us going. And then even if you want to take a test run, right, you have some time to think about the rest of the season after that home match.
So, Doug, just in wrapping, obviously, home openers March 16th. There are numerous options for tickets. Just let everybody know where they can, where the best place to find a ticket to come out and watch Loudoun United.
Yeah, really, it's LoudounUnitedFC.com. There's the very first tab you'll see on the top left is tickets. You can click that. You can see all the information for the different ticket options, and we're soon launching a new ticketing provider, which we're excited about. Like we've kind of sat on this entire talk, Josh, more friendly, less fees, and a better fan experience in this shift. So that'll be coming out soon, and fans will be able to see that on the website in the very near future, in this month, mid-month. And they'll be able to purchase even season tickets or regular tickets just online. You don't have to go through anybody if you don't want to. But with all the benefits that come along with what we've got going on, if you're going to be a season ticket holder, there's a lot of cool stuff that comes along with that, from player meet and greets to special events to discounts, and you can have your own person, right, work with you day in and day out from our team. So we obviously love to connect with people, and it's kind of what makes our job fun, as well as the connections with the fans.
So if you do end up going to a Loudoun United FC game, more than likely the chances are you're going to see my man Doug Raftery running all over the place, because he's the man that makes it happen in terms of the fan experience. Doug, really appreciate your time, and just really looking forward to connecting with you throughout the course of this upcoming season, and best of luck to you, my friend.
Thanks, Josh. We'll see you soon. We'll see you in a couple months.
Thanks to all of our sponsors of the Kirby on Sports podcast and Don't Sleep Energy, and we will catch you next time. Thanks so much for watching.